So I just want to put it out there for anyone who thinks that our soul path is so much in our control, everything's in our control, our life is in control. And I'm going to say our soul path is planned to the T. And I'm going to show you the proof. So I am kind of in a transitional phase right now. I've been living or staying with my parents for 2 years in New York City, and things kind of were getting tense, and I was already feeling restless for like half a year. Like I gotta go. Like I need to be in nature. I hate being here, and I'm used to just having my own space. Like when can I go? And finally, things got like really tense from both parents, and I was like, I gotta go. And so right now I'm just going for 3 months and see how it's gonna go. So I'm clearing stuff out, packing, just seeing like, cause I move around every so often, and I leave stuff at my parents' house. I was looking at the shelves and I came across something that I haven't seen ever before. And I've looked at those shelves so many times. So 13 years ago, I ended a serious relationship that I was in for 3.5 years. And I think we like stayed in touch for like a month after that relationship, and that was it. The guy was an artist. I was also artistic, so that's how we got in touch. And he had an uncle that was an artist, like a professional artist. I'm looking through the shelves, and what did I find? All of this stuff was things that his uncle sent to him somehow. Like there's envelopes addressed, show you the address, but addressed to my ex from his uncle. These are all originals with letters, drawings. I believe like my ex requested my uncle to make some drawings for him. I don't know how I got this, but on top of that, what's interesting is on the stamps of the two envelopes are the angel numbers that I've been receiving. A lot of us have seen the number 17, and here's one with 117. And the past 2-3 months, I've been receiving the 23 as an angel number, and the second stamp has the 23. Oh, this is hilarious. The zip code where his parents live has a 23 in it and a 7. Insane stuff. And the address has a 7 and a 1 and a 4, which are angel numbers that I've been sent for since my ascension started. The zip code that this was sent from has a 1 and a 7. And 2 3s, Christ consciousness. There's another 23 on the back here. Yeah. So what's funny is also on top of this, 6-7 years ago, I forgot already, I was going through another transition. I'm always like moving every 3 years. I was going through another transitional phase. I was moving from New York to Texas, and I was kind of, the plan was set already half a year in advance, now more, to start a new job. And I was driving in the neighborhood that he and I used to live in and where his parents still live. And I was just driving to an appointment on this road, and my eye went to the right and I saw him, his wife, and a baby. And I didn't feel sad. I wasn't like, oh no. It was like God was telling me, go. Leave this, move on, and go with your plan. And it's like, again, this is basically, again, telling me go. So all these drawings, I kind of didn't want to just hold on to them. I tried to find a way to reach out to him. So I found his email and I sent him, look, I don't mind. I have less than a week left in New York. I don't mind mailing this out. And so I'll be mailing it out for him. And yeah, everything is planned. So like right now I'm under like this stress about the move because there's so many uncertainties. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make a living enough to be ready to be by myself or meet, I don't know, like the dream, like I would really like to get a house. That's where I would like to move further with my business. I don't know. I'm worried that financially, I don't know if it'll be enough. I've been saving up. I will be working, but my income is not stable. Yeah, so I've been going through the stress, and but like this kind of just shows like this is all planned. So it's like if it's all planned, even though it's stressful, God is not gonna let me fail. I went to Israel by myself for a year, and that was like a stressful year from beginning to end. And I ended up in a lot of credit card debt, exactly 11,000. And I paid it all back afterwards, So it's like everything is just being carried through. So it's like this just shows being carried to the next stage, the next step, next phase. And there'll be another one and another one probably and another one. So it's like everything is already decided, all these moves, which stresses me out also because in my culture, this is not typical. And of course, now I'm getting like triggered because, people mostly want to settle down and build a life. And I'm just being moved around every 2-3 years. Israel was 1 year. On average is like every 2-3 years, basically, I'm going somewhere else. And I was just talking to a client who I've told him just some of my stories, and he's like, wow, like he's like, I don't know anybody who's done all this stuff. And I never kind of thought of it that way. Like I always remember stress and worry. So maybe it's like, yeah, let's get on with the next adventure and let's just keep going with it. Because I thought, maybe it's time to just plant roots, I kind of looked down on the fact that I was moving every 2-3 years or even less. But it doesn't matter because it's already been decided.